Yo, it's Trivelli. I'm back, and today I'm telling you where Sam Darnold is headed after this season. Before we do, please like, comment, and subscribe. I think we're at 290 subscribers right now. We're growing every single day. So without further ado, I'm never slacking. Let's jump into the action. If you know anything about the New York Jets, they are 0-12 right now. They just fired their defensive coordinator, Greg Williams, after he sacrificed his job to keep the Jets' chances of getting Trevor Lawrence clear as day. You can see he blitzed like 7 or 8 players on that last play versus the Raiders, which allowed Ruggs to get free and score. That was just some crazy nonsense. Obviously, Gase is going to get fired a day after the season, and yeah, I think they're going to ship Darnold out. So these are the top 3 spots that I think Darnold could end up after this season when the Jets pick up Trevor Lawrence in the draft. The number 3 spot is the Jaguars. Now, I'm not giving them a huge shot, but I did put them on this list because they were 13th fewest in pass yards this season with 233. They had an 18-13 touchdown interception ratio, 83 tied with the Bears. They started 3 different quarterbacks for multiple games this year, obviously because of Gardner Minshew's injuries. But Jake Luton was absolutely atrocious with a 54.5 passer rating. Glennon was pretty mediocre. I mean, he came in and they played well because of the defense, but for the most part, he's obviously not going to be anything more than a mediocre backup quarterback. And Gardner was by far the best quarterback on the roster with a 13-5 touchdown to interception ratio. So I don't know if the mustache mania is over in Jacksonville or if they're going to want to continue that. But either way, if they did pick up Sam Darnold for cheap or in a decent trade option, I could see them battling it out in the camp, and that would actually provide a good quarterback battle. You're going to have Sam Darnold or Gardner Minshew as your backup, and that's the worst case scenario. I really don't see a problem with that. Moving on to the number 2 spot, I have the Chicago Bears. They are the 10th fewest in pass yards per game with 225.4 yards per game. They're obviously rolling out 2 quarterbacks, Trubisky and Foles, who have combined for a 20-13 TD interception ratio, 83 passer rating, which is tied with the Jaguars for 7th worst. They are inconsistent at best with both of these guys playing at quarterback. The offense is very, sporadic, and they don't really move the ball consistently whatsoever. It's sometimes a freak play here or a freak play there, but for the most part, they're not consistently driving in between the 20s. Now, Trubisky's confidence is probably non-existent after the benching. That's what happens when you bench someone that was supposed to be your franchise quarterback, and he's just not playing well. Foles is not that good, so they're probably looking to get someone to fix that quarterback situation where they can ship some of these guys out after the season, and I think that that guy could be Sam Darnold. That's why I put Chicago Bears at number 2. And number 1 is the Denver Broncos. John Elway is quick to pull the trigger and say, you know what, I got to get rid of this guy, or I got to get this guy. He does not want to wait around and watch mediocre quarterback play, and that's pretty much what Drew Lock has been with the 7th fewest pass yards a game, 206.7 yards per game. You know, obviously there was one game in there with Kendall Hinton at quarterback, who was a practice squad wide receiver, no Drew Lock, 1 completion, 2 interceptions. So, and then, you know, they're 5th fewest in touchdowns passing with 14. They lead the league with 21 interceptions. They have the worst passer rating in the NFL with 65.4. And a small sample, honestly, Jeff Driscoll has been better than Lock. His QBR is better than Lock, and he's thrown a better touchdown to interception ratio, with Lock at 9 touchdowns and 13 interceptions and Driscoll's at 3 and 2. I mean, I'm not saying that Driscoll is the answer to your problems. I'm saying that Drew Lock has been so bad. The offense has been so stagnant. They're just bottom 5 in pretty much every statistical category for passing, and it's not really something that can be fixed within. I think getting Sam Darnold, someone that isn't afraid to sling the ball. Now, he is a turnover guy just like Drew Lock, but the hope would be that he's better than Drew Lock. I want to make it perfectly clear that this video is not about Sam Darnold being a very good quarterback or someone that's going to solve these teams' problems. This video is about where he might end up. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much. Peace.